back. I took the wire wheel on the grinder and I cleaned up most of all the loose rust from in here, and we're just going to go ahead and hit it with the Rust-Oleum rust reformer. Changes rust into an oxide, so keeps the rust from reforming. It seals the metal. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll start work on. I discovered some more rust in here, so this patch area here is going to be a little bit bigger. Got some pinholes all the way out to here, so we'll go ahead and cut this out and create a patch section for here, and then start building our lower inner rocker here. It's going to take some time. I think, as I said, this is a quick budget project. Trying to keep the cost down and the time to do it down. The job's not going to be perfect. It's not a show car or show truck. It's going to be a work truck, so it's got to look good from 20 feet, not 2 inches. So if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. It's not going to bother me any, but we're going to do the best we can to keep it as close to original as possible. So we're going to go ahead and let that dry while we're starting to build up some of these other pieces and cut out some of the rest of this. I'm going to get this marked out, and then we'll cut a piece to go in here. I got to come back a little further this way and come out to about here. So most important part is to get all the trashy metal out and replace it with good metal, at least as much as we can. So I'm going to get a straight edge, and we'll get this drawn out, and then we'll get it cut out. I find it much easier to make patch panels if I draw my lines fairly straight. It also makes it for a better fit up for the welding. Let me grab the cutoff wheel, plug in the cutoff wheel here, and we'll go ahead and get that cut out. As you can see, I like to cut out a little bit at a time as I find the areas, rather than cutting out a big section and going, oh, I went way too far. And try to keep the work to a minimum. That should be a fairly easy piece to replace. So I'm going to get some tin, and we'll go ahead and start cutting that out. Be right back. Okay, got a piece of sheet metal here. We're going to go ahead and cut out this first panel. Eight and a quarter by 1. This is 1 inch wide, so we'll go ahead and mark our 1 inch. And I'm just going to make it 12 inches long to start with. We'll cut it down as we fit it. All right, we're back. We got our piece marked out here. I'm going to cheat and use the power shear to trim this to size. Works really well. There we go, we got our piece. The rest of the trimming can be done with the tin snips. We'll go ahead and get this trimmed to size, get it ready to go in, and then we'll fire up the welder and start putting it together. Alright, our piece is going to fit in here just like this. This is something you want to take your time with and get it to fit up as best you can. Of course, I left my marker over here. This is just like every other welding project. The better your fit up, the better the end result's going to be. So I like taking my time and trimming a little bit at a time until I get it to fit exactly where I want it to be. Okay, all I have to do is put a little flare on the bottom edge to match this. It'll be set to go. Doesn't take much. Okay, I'll do the rest of the flare after I get the top all tacked in. And down the sides here a little bit, and then we'll work this bottom edge until we get it exactly where we want it. So now I got to make a piece for in here and in here. And so we'll just keep trimming the piece till it fits perfectly. Looks like I got to cut a little bit more here. we go. So just take your time, and things will work out well for you. If you try to rush it, you're just going to run into problems. So we'll get this these pieces over here fit in, and we'll be back from the welding here in a little bit. Okay, we're set up here. We're just going to go ahead and give it a tack here. Right here in the corner to hold it in place, and then we'll work our way along. Well, not getting a very good tack there. Turn the amperage up here a little bit.
Gas?
Gas is on.
Okay, just double checking. Like a magnet.
I switched over to 023 wire, and just not getting a good feed here for some reason. Give it another try. Seems to be a little cold. Let me try turning it up a little bit again.
Your piece is kind of crooked in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure you knew.
Yeah, now we're a little too hot. Let's try it there. Nope, I don't like how this wire's reacting. I'm going to go back to the 035 wire and try it with that, because I just don't like how this is reacting. So I'm not getting good solid tacks. So we'll be back in just a minute after we change out wire again. Okay, we switched wire back to the 035 and redid our settings on the machine. So now it's just a matter of bumping and hopefully the tacking will go a little bit better. Still a little cold. So it's just a matter of keep adding to our tack welds here. One guy that I subscribe to, and we've watched many of his repair segments, is he'll do a series of tacks like this, and then he will go ahead and bump them and to stretch the metal back out after it's shrunk, and then use a cutoff wheel on its edge like this to grind down the tacks in between each pass. When he's done, he uses so little body filler on repairs that it's not even funny. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a try here. I haven't done it before, and we'll see how it works out for us. But I got to grab a little dolly that I can get behind here so I can bump those, and a body hammer. This is definitely not my forte, so okay, now we're just going to come along and we'll put another series of tacks right next to the other ones. And we just keep going like that over and over again until it's filled in. Alright, now let's grind and repeat. I'm going to let that cool down for a little bit first though. Be back in a little bit.